Hello everyone, and welcome to this unboxing video for Shadowrun Sprawl Legendary Edition, aka the Kickstarter version. Or at least the one that came with all the game contents. So, Shadowrun's been a thing that I've been a fan of for quite some time. I have not been playing since 1st edition. I think the earliest I played was 3rd, maybe only 4th. I played a lot of campaigns in 5th edition. I'm actually actively playing a rigger in one right now. And I saw that they had a board game. And it's like, oh, hey, I want to give this a try. Hopefully it's not bad, but I have a lot of friends that are fans of this, so if I don't enjoy it, at least they'll enjoy playing it. And speaking of friends that are a fan of this, one of them is one of the individuals that paid to have themselves enshrined in this game. Him and his wife, if I find the card I'll point out, are actually runners on one of the cards. So this is a big, heavy box. I did not get the metal coins for this, although this was a game I was very tempted to. And a friend of mine, a different friend, almost wanted to themselves. But here we go. So, oh, and for those that don't know, Shadowrun is basically cyberpunk dystopian with magic. Absolute chaos. It's awesome. So, first we got the rulebook. It's got the same kind of art style that's been used throughout most of Shadowrun. Then we've got alternate game boards and location rulebooks. So I'm guessing this is for the expansions that are already in here. Because this is, like I said, all the game content, not just the core game. And speaking of things that are blatantly expansion, co-op expansion rulebook. Yay! Because this is based on a competitive game. So then we've got, I don't know, like I know what the icons represent. They're basically the different, so Shadowrun is not a role-playing game with classes. It has archetypes that are just basically ideas. Ah, there we go, it's the other way. And I mention that because that's what these icons primarily represent. But this looks like an extra scoreboard thing or something like that. I don't know. Then we've got a sheet of tokens. Many of them being the same ones that I just showed you for different characters up top, with stars with eyeballs in them on the other side of the icon ones, and this one being the same, and these being the same on both sides. Then we've got more boards, larger ones, of punch-outs, 5 to be precise. Ooh, that's shiny. Okay. We've got one with a bunch of new yen, which is the currency. Some injury recovery tokens. They say injury on one side, these ones, and recovery on the other. What I'm guessing is the first player token, because it's the general Shadowrun icon, and then there's some smaller ones as well. So that's that one entirely. Then we've got some, I don't know. Well, I know what Dock Wagon is. That's basically not their form of hospital, but everything's corporations at that point in the setting. Like, everything. Government isn't really a thing, it's just, here's the corporation that owns this plot of countryside land. And Dock Wagon is just one of the companies that's just like, we're hired armed medical transport. We pick you up and bring you to the hospital and treat you on the way. You pay us to make sure you stay alive. We don't care what you do for a living. Which is an important thing, because Shadowrunning is what the players do, and it's basically doing things for said corporations that they don't want on the record. Then we've got a bunch of the same icons that were on the sheet there, plus another injury recovery token. And these are what I'm like, I don't know, 4 different colors, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's standees that go with these. I'm guessing they're markers for the individual players. Then that shiny board, which is a bunch of shiny new yen, which are the same on each side, and then again, about the same size as the other one, Shadowrun logo. Then we've got 2 boards of characters. These are a lot of repeated art over the course of various things from Shadowrun itself, much like Fantasy Flight Games, FFG uses for their Arkham stuff. Alright, then we've got the next thing, which I hope these are not meant to be sealed. I don't remember this having any legacy style or unlock it or open as you go components. These look like... I don't know what these are, actually. They might be corporations? No, these are not. We've got Catalyst HQ with a brain in a jar. Neutral Ground. Kneecapper, looks like an assassination in the making. Ritual Assistance, again, magic. Like, magic is silly. And Courier Work. So these might be the type of runs characters might go on. Because last I remember, you don't play a runner in this, you play a group of runners. Which is the term for Shadowrunners. These are definitely types of missions. Hit an Ares convoy, Ares being the more militaristic technology advance. Steal a shuttle from the Dragon's Horde. Yeah, there's dragons. Like, that's not a metaphorical dragon. Access something's offline host. Kneecap an Evo clone. Rescue a ritual sacrifice from Aztechnology. So Aztec plus technology. They do blood magic. Yay! I once got enveloped by a blood spirit. Oh, speaking of dragon, the Dragon Enraged. I'm guessing this is a mini expansion, or the dragon, because it comes with a bunch of rules right here. So, for all I know, I just opened up a bunch of mini expansions, and I'm just going, first come, first serve, gets open, move on. Then this looks like some playmat game boards. So much excess plastic. Yup, and they each have their own names. So I'm guessing that they are player boards with just info on the back. So we've got Assets Inc., Wrecking Crew, Collateral Damage. Man. Sorry, that's a reference to friends that I play this game with. But it's just Collateral Damage. And the Myths. Okay, so then we got a bunch of colored candies. I imagine they're for all those different characters. Dice and more dice. Seriously, they couldn't fit the 3 in here? Yeah, they're probably extra dice. But these are custom dice. Obviously, they're 6-sided dice. I don't expect people to make new shapes. But they're generally associated with the different icons that are being used for the game for types of things. Like, I know that's supposed to be for Decker, I think, either that or Rigger. And they're basically to the roll. And they all have, I believe, as a wild or an auto success, the Shadowrun's usual icon. Not the letter icon, but the actual, this fits behind the words, is usually like a Minotaur or a Manicore or something. And they all come in a bunch of different colors. And each one representing a type. Then we've got cards. And, oh yeah, also this had a really nice tray that I still have yet to finish on, and I'm guessing there's more below it. Cards. Because a lot of this is done through cards, but it's still on a board. Oh yeah, I know there's more below it, because I haven't seen the board yet. I don't know if the foam insert around the outside of the tray was necessary. Might be if the stuff below it is bigger. And then this just recycles a lot of different artwork from the various books and stuff like that. Like, this is the stereotypical Rigger image. I'm honestly just looking to see, like, a lot of this is just that basic artwork repurposed. And I don't even remember a lot of where it's from. I just know I've seen a lot of it. Some of which I know they've repurposed over multiple different editions. The artwork is very nice, but, like, this is sort of what I've based my current character off of. A Rigger that has melee drones walking around with them, and they're usually in the field, although I am nowhere near adept at combat as that person. Or that character depicted there. Huh. There's definitely some different types of cards, like these are probably basic allies that you get, and then there's some red ones here that look like either abilities or stuff like that, and yellow are, I look like equipment, but then there's one that's like psychic. That's not equipment. Although this setting gets kind of screwy with some moral things. So maybe there are many times in life where something happens and I go, yes, one more step closer to Shadowrun being reality. When will we get magic? One of them being, I think it was Amazon making it so that you had an identification card that kept track of what you were doing with within their store, and you didn't need to interact with anybody. So then there's more of those cards, although these ones are specifically labeled as co-op. And then, these might actually be actual runs that you do, so missions is their term for it. Dream Link? Huh, interesting. Or maybe this is them, because it's like, divert a rival's travel plans. And runners can do all sorts of kind of things. Oh, there's even freelance deck rules. This is looking a lot like the Hellboy game, where it's just like, there's a lot of stuff slammed together for this version, and I can't really tell what would be the core game and what isn't. Mini drones! Then we get on to some more. These are definitely more specific characters. Oh, this one's actually in the video game. I think it's the first NPC you meet in the remake of it's not a remake, it's an actual continuation of the old Shadowrun game. But the ones that recently came out, like 4 or 5 years ago, that also had their own Kickstarter. Then what look like some more simpler jobs, because they're really just simple by comparison and don't even bother with an image. Cool. So, more cards. Yay! Madness! And then more cards! Although not nearly as many. Like, why is there this small package? My brain first goes, maybe these are a lot of the Kickstarter designed ones. Or it could be Kickstarter exclusive stuff. But the first one is definitely a job of sort. Make some noise. Shadowrun, you try to do things stealthily. It always fails. Always. It usually only takes one roll. Body snatchers, hunting in the wilds. Disassembler drop-off? Body parts are a thing. Wait. I recognize this picture. This is, the kid is looking at his mother, who is a decker, which is their form of hacker, getting all pissed off at things going wrong, and the dad's just kind of watching TV, used to it. But again, a lot of this is still all repurposed artwork, which is not a complaint. Like, good artwork is good artwork. And that was everything for that tray. Ooh, this tray feels fragile. And, well, at least I don't need to worry about that too much, because this foam piece here is a tray unto itself, sort of, by the looks of it. Oh, come on, guys, that's a little annoying. It's one big giant thing. The tray fits in the top, everything else fits in the bottom. Why didn't you just make a smaller box? Whatever. Looks like we then actually get into the cardboard. Because it is actually a board game, not a card game. But very few games these days go without cards of some sort. So we've got some shiny Fallout board. I did go for the more shiny versions. Not that it makes too much of a difference. Huh. The Black Lodge. Plot missions. See? Shiny. Then we got actual boards. So, I didn't see the specific cards that were based off people. Otherwise, I definitely would have pointed that out. Might have been personalized versions, like, hey, you get this copy. Or it could be stuff that's later. I don't know. I'll double check the box. The shipping box. Because the box is now empty. Yeah. And then, so we've got the various boards that the setting takes place in, which is primarily Seattle, Washington, but there are other places. Oy. Oh, this is so shiny. So, I'm trying to tell, where the hell is this? This is Neo Tokyo. So, that's the best view I can get. If people would like me to do an overview of this to get more details, I can do so. I don't even know if the map matters or if these are just locations on it. Like, do the roads and everything matter, or are they just there for look? Then we've got Seattle, so where the game primarily takes place. A lot of places are just wastelands. Not like Borderland level wastelands. So there are some places like that, and some that are worse. But it's just, nobody cares. Like, Data Steel, Mr. Johnson, which is the person hiring you, usually. Just a generic name. De Geer's Lair, Crime Mall, Dock Wagon. Interesting. So all sorts of different kind of stuff. Start putting that over there. Got two more, I think. Maybe three. But these were one of the bigger orders to create more variation upon the game. Which one is this? This is Toronto. Because Canada is one of the things still standing. I'd say America is, but it's more standing in parts. And yes, this is the last one. And Berlin. Oop. Aha. Alright. And that is everything in the box, folks. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to press the like button. If you think somebody else will enjoy this, feel free to share this video. Either way, you'll help this video get seen more. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and press the dislike button. I won't mind, but please leave a constructive comment as to why. I know that I was kind of like, what is this, what is that, but I don't know. I bought this because it's a Shadowrun, and I'm hoping it's a good game, but it's going to take me a while to get, like, learning and everything. Regardless, please try to leave a constructive comment as to why. Also, feel free to comment in general. Do you want to see more about this game, hear more of my thoughts on Shadowrun, or some of my stories of, like, this is stuff that I've dealt with, or, played in, which is primarily, for what I can remember, all 5th edition. I did play earlier editions way too long ago. If you want to see more like this, be it more unboxing videos, board game overviews, and my painting videos, or anything else that I do on this channel, feel free to subscribe. Regardless, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.